A new announcement from President Trump just minutes ago about autism. He's giving remarks on Tylenol and pregnancy, what his administration believes is causing the disorder. The details just ahead. Charlie.
Thank you, Rube. $100 million lawsuit right here against the people here at the Oxford Center. The death of a 5-year-old due to a hyperbaric chamber. I'm Charlie Langton, and all details coming up.
Kimmel in Southfield. Police say a man has sexually assaulted more than one of his family members, and police fear there may be more victims out there. We'll have details coming up in a live report.
Working for you. Fox 2 News at 5 starts now.
Happening right now, President Donald Trump is making an announcement on autism while joined by Robert Kennedy Jr. and Dr. Mehmet Oz. He asserted a link between autism and the use of Tylenol during pregnancy.
The Trump administration has promised to find a cure, and it could set off a major debate. He also mentioned the FDA changing its recommendations. You're looking at live pictures right now of them speaking. He also advised women to make sure they talk to their doctors.
Service campaign.
Acetaminophen. Is that okay?
Yes.
Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol during pregnancy, can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary.
The maker of Tylenol has already pushed back in a statement citing science. It says shows that acetaminophen does not cause autism. It went on to say it strongly disagrees with any suggestion otherwise. And we'll have much more on this debate. Coming up, we're hearing from a medical expert who weighs in on autism and everything health experts already know about the disorder.
Our other top story tonight, the family of a 5-year-old boy killed in that hyperbaric oxygen explosion in Troy is now suing for $100 million.
The lawsuit targets the Oxford Center, 4 employees, and the machine's manufacturer, and what they call dangerously designed machines, even comparing them to coffins waiting to ignite. Fox 2's Charlie Langton joining us now live with more. And Charlie, the attorney really went after a lot in here, detailing just how much was going wrong inside the Oxford Center.
Yeah, a lot going on in the Oxford Center here. This is the $100 million lawsuit, but let me get to that in 1 minute. I am here in Troy, where unfortunately that 5-year-old was killed in the hyperbaric chamber. You can see the padlock here, and if you can see closely, it says evidence. Jim Harrington from the Feiger Law Firm, he had to go and get a court order to have this place padlocked, but to actually get the hyperbaric chamber into his possession so he could have his experts review it. Also, the gurney. It's a little weird, but that's where the 5-year-old Cooper was taken out. You can see pictures of that in a minute here. $100 million lawsuit essentially against 2 people, the manufacturer of the hyperbaric chamber for a design defect and all kinds of other issues, and then the people that work here. The same people that are also up for criminal charges. There's some differences, but that's essentially what happened, what they did wrong. Got a chance to talk to Jim Harrington today at a press conference. Here's what he said about this $100 million lawsuit. Take a look.
Folks, this was absolutely preventable, and this should never have happened. Let's advertise for things that this machine hasn't even been approved, or we don't even know if it works. And then they conduct their own experiments to do this without the wrist strap, the grounding strap, to see how far they can push the limits. Folks, this is absolutely unacceptable. These things are designed and manufactured and sold and used for the sole purpose of profits, to get bodies in, bodies out, and get the next body in and next body out and take the money.
Interesting, I asked Attorney Jim Harrington whether or not the allegations in here against the manufacturer of the hyperbaric chamber were so bad that the Attorney General should have brought criminal charges against those manufacturers. And he said, stay tuned. not done yet with the criminal case. But this is a civil case. Taryn, I'll send it back to you. I know you'll be talking to Jim Harrington later on in the 6 o'clock newscast, so a lot of questions for him. Taryn?
Yeah, it's interesting, though, how much he focused on these oxygen chambers and how much is wrong, he claims, with the machines, and that they're just basically coffins waiting to ignite, that so many problems can happen if things aren't followed properly, and yet we know these employees were accused of so much negligence.
Two main legal theories. They were designed improperly. They didn't have the ability to cut off. And second of all, there were no warnings on the manufactured hyperbaric chamber to warn the people that used them how to use them properly. Again, it gets a little more complicated, but those are essentially what are the legal theories behind just the manufacturer. There are other theories against the people that operating it, and a lot of that stuff has already come out in the criminal case. But this is the civil case for $100 million. We will follow it.
Right.
Taryn?
And certainly things that people need to know if they're trying to seek oxygen treatment, too. Thanks, Charlie, for that.
Huron Valley School is hit with a civil lawsuit tonight. 11 families whose kids were allegedly sexually assaulted by a substitute teacher are suing the district and others for failing to report the suspected child abuse. Prosecutors say Timothy Doherty was working at Spring Mills Elementary in Highland Township when multiple girls reported he touched them inappropriately. In July, he was sentenced to serve between 10 and 15 years in prison. Tonight at 6, we'll hear from one of those survivors.
A Southfield man accused of sexually assaulting his own family members, and investigators fear there may be even more victims.
Let's get live to Fox News' Camille Mary. She has more details on this story. Camille.
Yeah, this is a disturbing story. We want to warn you. But first, let's go ahead and look at the body cam video released by police. Take a look.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting. What'd you do? I wonder, man. I wonder. No, I don't have a pistol. I don't have a pistol at all.
Now, that is the arrest video of 52-year-old Jason Justice. He is accused of sexually assaulting one of his family members September 11th going into September 12th. Now, she tells police, a 25-year-old female, she tells police that she wasn't feeling well. And so she said he gave her something that he said was extra strength Tylenol PM, just one of them. She took it, but then she says that she woke up the next day, she tells police, somewhere in a different part of the house and unclothed, naked from the waist down. She automatically realized something was terribly wrong, goes to an area hospital. Her urine is tested, and they've determined that it was not extra strength Tylenol, but it was a narcotic that is used to sedate people. And then she proceeds to go home, not realizing yet that she was sexually assaulted because, again, no recollection of anything that's happened. Then the next day, later that day, she gets a hold of the suspect's phone, according to police. She finds a photo that was taken on September 11th of herself from the waist down, unclothed. She immediately panics, and then listen to what happens next.
The victim then discovered a video with a duration of 1 minute and 25 seconds in the victim's, in the suspect's camera roll. Fearful of what she may have discovered on the video, the victim did not open it. So as a result of this incident, a second victim came forward. And on Thursday, September 18th, Southfield detectives received a phone call from a second victim alleging that she had been sexually assaulted by our same suspect. And now we have a third incident, a third family member who this investigation is still moving forward. But again, it's important that I share some limited details as we investigate this further.
That very first victim went back to the hospital after she found that photo and video, and they had determined that she'd been sexually assaulted. Meanwhile, second victim and third victim, both teenagers. Police say there's a lot more to come on this case, and of course, we'll be following it every step of the way. Reporting live in Southfield, Camille Mary, Fox 2 News.
Well, breaking news alert on the status of Jimmy Kimmel's live late-night talk show. ABC says it's bringing the show back days after Kimmel was suspended over his comments about Charlie Kirk's murder. In a statement, the network says it spent days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy and reached the decision to bring the show back tomorrow. Well, the Lions are back in the spotlight for Monday Night Football.
Oh, they're in Baltimore, ready to take on the Ravens. And Fox 2's Jennifer Hammond joins us now with a look at this matchup. And coming off the last, let's hope the momentum keeps
heck
going.
Yeah, 52 points. I don't know if they'll put that up against Baltimore, but they certainly should have the offense rolling, even though they are on the road again. All eyes, of course, on the city of Baltimore tonight as the Lions look for their second win of the year when they take on the Ravens in a primetime matchup at M&T Stadium. This game expected to be high scoring between two of the top scoring offenses in the NFL. In fact, a lot of people are calling it a measuring stick game for Detroit. Dan Campbell knows it's going to be a stiff test against a very well-coached squad.
I think you just always want to prove your worth no matter who you're playing. And this one happens to be against an outstanding opponent. These guys are in it every year. You know, they've been that way for years. Coach Harbaugh's done an unbelievable job, and it's in prime time, man. And so it's just the perfect storm. And you know, you find out where you're at. You find out where you're at a little bit, and that's a good thing. But anytime you got a chance to go compete and you get to play against the best of the best, man, I mean, this is why you do it. I bring that up again. This is why you do it. This is why. That's why this league is special, man, because it's top tier freaking competition, and it's fun.
Yeah, and in 2023, when they lost 38-6 in Week 7, it wasn't fun for the Lions. Maybe a little redemption. You'll hear more from Dan Miller coming up later in sports. He's in Baltimore.
52-21 against the Bears is kind of easy.
That was redemption.
This, on the other hand, is going to be an uphill battle. All right.
All right, thanks, Jen.
Well, Detroit mayoral candidate Mary Sheffield picking up another endorsement today. This as her campaign faces scrutiny over gifted concert tickets. Why is raising concerns about ethics and when a board could weigh in.
And a new poll reveals who's leading the pack in the GOP race for governor. Details on the front runner and whose campaign might be in trouble right now. Rich.
Tammy, we've seen some showers already today. Certainly some steady rains down in Ohio right now, but we're going to have rain chances over the next few days. Let me show you the numbers right now. 74 for us, 81 degrees out there in Chicago. I'm going to leave you with this. Some great live shots right along the Detroit River. We're going to show you the full forecast and talk about more wet weather ahead. That's all coming up after the break.
You just got